The first story of the second half is by Chloe Turner and is called While the Mynah Bird Watched. Chloe Turner is a writer from Wootton-under-Edge whose stories have been published in various places. She's at her happiest reading on a windy beach, but is more often found sheltering in the downstairs loo, eating hula hoops, where her many small children can't hear the rustle of the packet. While the Mynah Bird Watched was first published in Halo magazine. So please welcome to the stage to read While the Mynah Bird Watched, Chloe Turner.
While the Mynah Bird Watched. When their turn comes, the sun is dipping low, casting long shadows against the pock-marked walls of her consulting room. They've been here before, this man, this girl. Agnes recognises the slump of his shoulders, the sprouting hair at the base of his neck where a shave is overdue, the dusty outline of an old stain on his lapel under a pin for the city's soccer team. When Agnes motions for them to sit, he slumps in his chair as if the air has been stolen from his lungs. The girl is different. From the outside, her condition manifests itself only through the bald patches across her scalp and those beads of fever sweat on her brow. Her hollow cheeks would not mark her out in that waiting room where malnourishment and anemia are merely background noise. The bulging masses of her liver and spleen are a secret that only Agnes's tests have revealed. But the girl sits tall in the man-sized chair, her beaded braids swinging even after she is still. Agnes is reminded of someone long ago as the girl fixes her across the table with that unbreaking stare. As she grips the desk at the meeting of cracked green leather and well-worn Kiat heartwood, knuckles whitening as she presses down on the heavy stitching. "My wife will come. She must have been held up at the market. Please, wait." The man is upright now. He's realised that their turn could slip away. There is a line, many to see before I can go home. Agnes traces the thin skin at her temples, feels the mesh of tendons and skull beneath. "A minute, please, she will not be long." He is right, because the door opens then, revealing a scene of confusion. Natalia is trying to keep a woman from entering, and Agnes can hear the grumble of the queue. Another woman, a baby slung over her shoulder like a dishcloth, shouts something from the far side of the hall. "I'm sorry, doctor, Natalia is doing her best to keep the peace. "It's fine, Natalia. Madam, please come in." The voices in the hall subside as Natalia ushers the door closed. Agnes sits back in her chair. A police car whines past the window. "Claudia, where have you been?" the man demands of his wife. There is an angry twitch above his eye. "A truck hit the water tower. They closed the road. I got off the bus to walk." Claudia has not looked at Agnes yet, so she does not know who sits across the table. As she fusses with a scarlet jacket that struggles to contain a spreading waist, Claudia does not know that the woman opposite is recalling a time long ago. A dusty classroom at lunch recess, the window open to the parched air, a mynah bird chattering on a generator lid, a yellow lunch tin splayed on the tiles, and 3 girls squawking louder than the mynah as they unwrap every one of the careful parcels Agnes's mother has packed. How they mocked the country food she'd grown up with, her headdress with its garish zebra design and her skin darker than theirs, almost blue-black, and paint spattered with the fairy prints of vitiligo. Claudia was beautiful then, high cheeks where now there are sagging pouches, fine white teeth where now there is yellow rot and holes, slim bony fingers where now there are swollen joints, a blackened nail above the thin silver band on her ring finger. Agnes spreads her own hands across the table, presses down at the fingertips as the girl did before, so that the white patches where pigmentation have been lost stand out even more against the brown. She wonders what will come out when she speaks. "These drugs that Maria needs, they're expensive." "You can't expect us to pay, we have nothing." "I know that, but you have seen the line. There are many in need. I must think of the rest." "She is dying. She must have them. Claudia, you tell her." The man's eyes are rolling red threads across yellow as he pleads for his daughter's life. But Claudia has seen Agnes now, really seen her, and her mouth sags open. Perhaps she too is thinking of the broken hinges of that lunchbox and the maize balls crushed underfoot, of textbooks with fluttering pages as they bump against the brick sides of the well, of bright spots of red through a sky blue polo shirt where the compass point has found its mark. Claudia stares at Agnes until the doctor meets her eyes at last. Then Claudia looks down, runs a tongue over cracked lips. There is a long pause. The man wipes a hand across a sticky brow. A blue bottle crawls across the window pane, its legs slick, thick, black and furred. The girl fidgets. Another police car passes, and the patrolman's whistle sounds from the railway stop. The fly buzzes against the glass, suddenly, frantically, its fine gauzy wings grazing the dusted pane. Claudia does not move. Her head is still hung. When Agnes speaks again, she holds her body very still. She says what she needs to, and no more. Then, as she writes, she feels her jaw unclench, her biceps slacken. She feels the tension slide from her shoulders like the Oshana that streams through the valley after the rains. She rips the sheet from the pad and hands the prescription to the girl. As they usher their daughter from the room, Claudia and the man are profuse in their thanks, but Agnes turns away as if she cannot hear them. She keeps her eye on the photograph propped on the mantelpiece, on the blue sky and the green of the sweet potato vine, the dirt-grey thatch of the homestead where she was born. She lets them blur in front of her eyes until she hears the weighted door pull shut. She does not want them to see her tears.